Welcome to CodeSpider. In this video, we are going to discuss the difference between RMBC, art controllers, art controller with views, and art razor pages. Then also we understand which one should we use and when to use in ASP.NET Core application. In .NET Core 2.x and earlier, we could register the MVC framework in the ASP.NET Core dependency injection container in two ways: services.addMVC and services.addMVC core. We already have discussed in our previous video of addMVC and addMVC core. Please go through the difference between addMVC and addMVC core. In ASP.NET Core 3.x, there are three additional new features are added: services.addControllers, services.addControllers with views, services add razor pages. For better understanding these terms, I have added into a tabular formats, and here we can discuss all about these features. Here we categorize add MVC, add controller with views, add controller, and add razor pages. Quickly discuss about these four containers and what the benefit of that. First one is add MVC. Add MVC, which is simply register the entire MVC feature added in the ASP.NET Core application. Add MVC also include add controller with views and add razor pages, and we can use the add MVC using services.addMVC in the startup.cs configure services method. Add controller with views. Using this, we can develop as a classic MVC site with controller and razor pages. Let's discuss add controller. Add controller was introduced in ASP.NET Core 3.0 as a mechanism that calling the lightweight of the add MVC core. Everything that add MVC core does. Then what the feature about the add controllers? Everything that add MVC core that will be added in the add controller, and it can handle the authorization services, API Explorer, data annotations, formatted mappings, etc. Then final one is add razor pages. Add razor pages is intended to serve as a bootstrapping helper for working with the razor pages feature. It can hold all the core razor pages features, everything that the add MVC core does. Also, it includes authorization services, data annotation, cache, tag helper, etc. On our upcoming series, we may go through about the add razor pages. Here you can see the controllers. The controllers are available in these four methods. The controllers are used in add MVC. Also, it can use add controller with views. Also, it can use in add controller and add razor pages. So let's first understand what is controllers. Controllers are responsible for controlling the flow of the application execution. When you make a request to MVC application, a controller is responsible for returning the response to that request. On our upcoming videos, we go through the details about the controllers and see what the execution flow in ASP.NET Core application. For the timing, you keep in mind that controllers are responsible to controlling the flow of the application execution. Second one is the model binding, and the model binding is also available in the all four containers. That means the model binding can available in these all containers. So let's first understand what is model binding. Model binding is allows to map the HTTP request data with the model. HTTP request data means when a user makes a request with a form data from the browser to a controller. At the time of model binder works a middleman to map the incoming HTTP request with a controller action method. On our upcoming videos, we also go through about the model binding in details. Then the API Explorer. You can see the API Explorer are available only in 3 containers, and in the add razor pages it is not available. Let's first understand what is API Explorer. API Explorer contains the functionality for exposing metadata about the MVC application. We can use it to provide details such as a list of controllers and actions, their URLs, and allowed HTTP methods, parameters, and response type, etc. And this API Explorer is basically used in ASP.NET Core Web API and also in case of Swagger. Then the authorization. Authorization are available in all these 4 containers. Let's first understand what is authorization. Authorization is a process which is used to determine whether the user has access a particular resource or not. In ASP.NET MVC, it controls through the authorized attribute. In our upcoming videos, we go through about the authorization and authentication of ASP.NET Core application. Then CORS. The CORS are available in the 3 containers and it's not available in the add razor pages. So let's first understand what is CORS. CORS stands for Cross Origin Resource Sharing. It is a mechanism to bypass the same origin policy of a web browser. Then the validations. The validations are available in all the containers. So let's understand what is the validations. ASP.NET MVC uses the data annotation attribute to implement the validations. Data annotation includes built-in validation attributes for different validation rules, which can be applied to the properties of the model class. Then formatter mapping. Formatter mapping are available in the 3 containers and it's not available in the add razor pages. So let's first understand what is formatter mapping. Formatter mapping is used to format the output to the action method of any format, like whether it is JSON or XML, etc. Then anti-forgery. Anti-forgery is available in the add MVC and add controller with views. It is not available in add controller. Also it is available in the add razor pages. So first understand what is anti-forgery. Anti-forgery used to prevent CSRF attacks. ASP.NET MVC use anti-forgery tokens, also called the request verification tokens. The client requests an HTML page that contains a form. The server includes 2 tokens in the response. One token sent as a cookie and the other is placed in a hidden form file. In our upcoming videos, we go through the details about the anti-forgery and then discuss how to avoid the CSRF attacks using the anti-forgery token. Then tame data. Tame data are available in the 3 containers, but it is not available in the add controller. Tame data in ASP.NET MVC can be used to store the temporary data which can be used in the subsequent request. And tame data is basically used whenever we send a request from one controller to another controller. Then views. Like tame data, the views are also not available in the add controllers. Let's understand what is views. Views is a user interface. A view displays data from the model to the user and also enables them to modify the data. Pages are only available in the add MVC and add razor pages. Pages are not available in the add controller with views and add controller. Pages is basically, it is a razor pages are designed for the page focused scenarios. Each page can handle its own model and actions. What is pages? We may go through in our upcoming videos. Tag helpers. Tag helpers are available in the add MVC and add controller with views as well as add razor pages. It is not available in the add controllers. Tag helper is a new feature in ASP.NET MVC core that enables the server side to create and render HTML elements. And the final one is memory cache. The memory cache are not available in the add controller. Memory cache is a data stored in the memory of the local web server. When the web application is hosted on a single web server, then the memory caching implement for that web application uses memory of the host server. In simpler, you can say the data will be stored in the memory of a browser and it does not call the application frequently. So far we discussed about all these points about add controllers, add MVC, add razor pages and add controller with views and what the features in between them. And the most important point is that which one should we use and when to use. The add controllers can be used in the web API scenarios. If you develop a ASP.NET Core Web API, then that time you may use add controllers. Then add razor pages. Add razor pages is basically used when we develop a application using the razor pages only. That means you have only interacting with your user interface. That time you may choose only services.add razor pages. Then add controller with views can used when you scenario to create a model view controller or MVC application. You can choose add controller with views. Else you can use add MVC. So as you know, the ASP.NET Core application is built to a lighted process. So according to your requirement, you can use this method. Suppose you have only used web API, that time if you use the add MVC method, then all the MVC features by default are available in the web API. But in the web API project, there may not be required all the MVC features. So that's why we need to add the add controllers in the web API. Like this, for creating the Razor Pages application, then you have to choose the Add Razor Pages only. For more details, you can go through the course provider article link. You can find all the step-by-step process here. So let's see in the ASP.NET Core application in the configure services method how to declare all these things. Let's flip to Visual Studio, and in the configure services method, suppose you are developing a ASP.NET Web API application, then you need to add like services dot add controllers. Suppose you are choosing the MVC application, then you need to add services dot add controller with views. Then if you are choosing the Razor Pages application, then we should check that services dot add Razor Pages. Else you can use services dot add MVC. But mind that services.add add all the features in that application, and think that if you have create only the ASP.NET Core Web API project, then there is no need to add all the MVC features. Like this, if you have only the Razor Pages to communicate to the UI interface only, then that time also this services.add MVC is not required there. If you add this service, then that also work perfectly, there is no issue, but it may the impact of the application performance. So all these containers or methods are available in the ASP.NET Core 3.1, so you can use wisely in your project according to your choice. That's it in the video. On the next video, we are going to discuss about models in ASP.NET Core MVC. Do like and subscribe for more upcoming videos. Thanks for watching.